Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. Welcome to week 2 of our Kriya practice with the 300-hour yoga teacher training. Sorry, Xander. Sorry, little man. Just getting myself comfortable. I love the hero pose in the block, so I'm going to stick with that right now. Finding a comfortable seat. This Kriya practice we're still on this Samana Vayu this week. This is this energy that's coming inward. It's also a spiraling energy in our navel. This is the home of Samana, is just a little below the belly button, is that home of that Samana. So feeling it around the navel, that whole area there. That's where we're going to be bringing our focus and our attention to. And this is where a lot of stuff is stored, a lot of trauma, a lot of hurt and energy, anger, things from the past. And so we're going to be burning the karmas. We're going to be burning it. When you imagine like something like a fire burning up, and that fire being a huge flame, and then all that fuel that it burned up becomes just ash. It just becomes ash. And so all those traumas, all those painful circumstances, all that emotion that we suppress down in our navel is going to get burned up through this Kriya practice. And we're also going to be activating this Shushumna Nadi. And in the 200-hour class, we went into the nadis pretty extensively. We have Ida and Pingala Nadi. Ida is the feminine and starts on the left, and Pingala is at the tailbone, and Pingala is the more masculine, and it starts on the right of the tailbone. And they spiral up the spinal column in kind of a DNA helix, and they meet. I always say, like, they kiss at the chakras, the points of the chakra. And that Ida and Pingala energy helps keep this Shushumna healthy, more vibrant and alive. And so we're going to be alivening the Shushumna, bringing more energy into it. And we're going to be burning up. We're going to be using that channel to burn up the stuff, the energetic stuff that is kind of stuck and just down in that navel area, suppressed emotions or traumatic memories that we just no longer serve us, and we want to let them go and release them so that we can create a space for more vitality in our body, more aliveness, better health, and more happiness and peace and joy in our moments. So we're not having to deal with that energy that's in our energetic system. We're going to burn it up. It's ash, and we're just going to clear it out, burning up the karmas. So let's begin by sitting in a nice, comfortable position, feeling those sits bones or whatever part of your body that's connected to the earth, and acknowledging your body is supported. If you want to do a hand mudra, I'm going to be doing Hakini right now. Maybe gently engage that Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor. I'm not going to clench it, but just a nice, gentle engagement and lift so that we can seal that bandha from that energy's leaking as we move through this practice. We want to build the energy into our bodies so we can build that fire to burn up that energy in the navel. And we're going to begin with just a simple 3-part yogic breath. So the 3-part yogic breath, let's exhale the energy completely. And the inhale, breathing into the belly, like a wave, the ribs, all the way into the chest and the clavicular area, opening up, filling the whole front cavity with prana, life force energy, and exhaling. And you can exhale chest, ribs, and belly, or belly, ribs, and chest. And I invite you to try out both. Begin some 3-part yogic breaths on your own at your own pace. all your focus concentration on the breath. And one more breath with 3-part yogic breath. Beautiful. And we move into Nadi Shodhana, activating that Ida and Pingala and Shushumna Nadis. Shushumna is that great river that comes up the spine, and the Nadis are spiraling up the spine, meeting at the chakras. So we're going to use a hand mudra, Vishnu hand mudra, so we can take the fingers and curl them in. But first, let's take the fingers and find the spot we're going to have the ring or pinky and the thumb on. So if we curl the peace fingers, we're going to be using the thumb and either the ring or the pinky. I like using the ring finger. But first I want to help you find the exact spot. So if you bring your hands right here to the top of the nose, right where the eyes are, and you start to let it slide down, you'll feel the bone, then you'll feel where the bone and the cartilage meet. So it'll be the harder bone, and then all of a sudden it's soft. And right where that cartilage is there, right next to the bone, that's where you want to be pressing down and closing off the nostril, that spot. So let's bring our hand mudra into Vishnu hand mudra, curling those peace fingers down. Let's exhale the energy completely. Taking the thumb, I'm using my right hand, so I'm going to use my right thumb to close off that right nostril. And let's inhale through the right side. And we're not going to use pauses for this. And then switching, taking the ring finger to close off that left nostril, releasing the right and exhaling out the right. We're going to always switch on the exhale. So inhaling through the right. And you can have chin on your opposite hand. That's not the mudra. And exhaling, inhaling back through the right. And exhaling out the left, closing the right. Inhaling left side. Same side. And exhaling, switching over to the right on the exhale. And continuing on your own, switching on that exhale, activating those nadis and that Shushumna, great river, channel up our spinal column. We're balancing the nadis, we're balancing the right and left brain. And one more time on either side. And once you finish releasing both hands, you can have both hands in the chin mudra. And we're going to be moving into a visualization. And as we inhale, we're going to imagine all the luminous energies, the sun that shines down on our earth, all the stars that we can see in the sky, the stars we can't see in the skies, the bright, luminous energies that exist within the universe. So every inhale, we're going to be drawing in this luminous light, divine light energy in through our crown chakra, down our Shushumna, right down the spine, and we're going to let it sit right in that navel area. The area right by the belly button and a little lower, and just let it fill that area. So I'll guide you through this practice. Letting the breath go on the exhale. And on your inhale, drawing that luminous light in through the crown, down the spinal column, the Shushumna channel. That's open and activated now. And letting it sit in the navel. And we'll pause a moment as you see a flame in the navel. An intense flame burning up all that no longer serves. And on the exhale, exhaling now, we'll watch that flame become a huge torching fire. It burns up anything left over, any traumas, any negativities, any imbalances in our system. So we do it together again, inhaling in that luminous energy, that divine light, that infinite love, that brilliance, coming all the way down to the navel. Pause, letting that flame be seen and visualized and intensify. At the pause, nice gentle engagement of Mula Bandha. And on your exhale, just like a match, burning up any last residuals of karmas and disturbances in our navel. I'll guide you one more time together, and I'll let you do it on your own. Inhaling those luminous universal energies, that pure love, light, brilliance, divine power, down through the crown, down the Shushumna, into the navel area. Pause as you let that energy in the navel become a flame, a nice, bright, intense flame. And on the exhale, lighting it up into a fire. You can feel your whole navel and your whole aura just burning up all densities, all negativities, all that no longer serves. And I invite you to continue on your own, finding your pace for the inhale, exhale, and pause. And that Mula Bandha gently engaged. Bring all that luminous light into the navel. Bringing that light down the Shushumna, through the crown, down the Shushumna, that open channel. Having it drop right in the navel, intensifying the light, the flame. As you pause, feel that intensity build. On the exhale, it just lights up into a brilliant flame, burning everything up that no longer serves. Two more breaths with this Kriya, burning the karmas. Beautiful. Releasing the concentration and resting in a few breaths of mindful breath awareness as you notice the sensations, notice the more spaciousness within, that open, empty, cleared out energy in that navel area. Feeling a sense of gratitude, gratitude towards the self and the universe. Gratitude towards the body, all the layers and koshas of the being. Bringing that love, appreciation, admiration in towards the self, the inner being. Acknowledging yourself, taking on this high level practice, yoga kriyas, as we refine our energies, we burn away densities and disturbances so that we can find more stillness within and more peace in our lives and in our moments, in our own minds and bodies and souls. And as we find more stillness within, we impact everyone around us in a positive way. And you can continue some mindful breathing, continue in meditation, and continue in absorbing the sensations in the energy and physical bodies from this practice, or if you'd like to conclude the practice with me, bringing the hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. I'm Grace with Ecstatic Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me. You can check out ecstaticyoga.studio or oneworldstudio.com for more information about our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.